So you wake up on that day, and you build the protective clothing around your body, and you come out of the quarantine facility, and you get in the van and drive out towards the launch pad, where a spaceship is waiting to hurl you off the planet. And if you were in that van driving out there, all of you would do just what each of us does, and that's you lean forward to see your spaceship as you come around the corner, just like little kids. And you drive out towards your ship sitting up on the pad. You notice that everybody else is driving away from your spaceship because it's really just a 4.5 million pound bomb sitting. It's a 4.5 million pound bomb with 6 seats on the top. And that's what a spaceship is. And you pull up at the bottom of it, you get out of your van wearing your astronaut clothes. Imagine what it feels like to look up at this creation that is about to somehow take you off the surface of the Earth. There have been more people win Nobel Prizes than have left Earth. It's still an extremely rare human experience. You get in the elevator, you ride up about 20 stories, and then one by one, you get on your hands and knees and crawl into the spaceship. You worm your way around, and eventually you're lying on your back with your belly button pointed at the universe. Someone straps you in tight, and they close the hatch. And there's kind of this metallic, rubbery sound as the hatch gets closed. And now you're alone in the spaceship, sitting on 4.5 million pounds of fuel, and the clock's ticking. So what would you be thinking about? And it's important, if you want to do anything worthwhile in life, to recognize that you're going to have to take a risk. If you want to get married, if you want to learn to drive, well, no matter what, there's risks involved. And you don't want to wait until the event happens to start dealing with the risk. No astronaut ever launches with their fingers crossed. That's not what got you into that seat. What you're really thinking about is what's going to go wrong and how am I going to deal with it. That's how astronauts prepare, and that's what you're thinking about lying on your back. What is the next thing that's going to go wrong, and how am I going to recognize it, and how am I going to stop it from killing the whole crew? And the clock's ticking down, getting closer and closer. And it's dangerous to fly a rocket ship. For my first space flight on Space Shuttle Atlantis, at the time we didn't know, but now we can go back and see what were the odds of dying that day. The odds of dying in Atlantis in the first 9 minutes on November 12, 1995, the odds of dying were 1 in 38. 1 in 38. If Air Canada launched their airplanes with the odds of 1 in 38, they would crash 16 airplanes a day. It's a dangerous thing to do. But it also is the only way we know to do something magnificent. And about 5 minutes before launch, one of the astronauts reaches over and throws 3 big heavy switches, and it powers up the hydraulics, the whole vehicle. It's like as if this stage suddenly turned into an elephant. Like the whole thing moves underneath you, like it's alive. And then 3 minutes before launch, 3.5, we move the rudder and the elevons. A whole lifetime of preparation, months and months of getting the vehicle ready. 3 minutes before launch, and we're still making sure everything's working right. And the vehicle's shaking and moving, and the clock ticks down until 30 seconds before launch. Finally, everything is ready. Every little red light has turned green. And incredibly enough, after, in my case, a whole lifetime of preparation and dreaming and imagining, 15 seconds before launch, if you guys are ready over there, this happens. Yeah, it's louder than that. It has an incredible. Imagine if that was behind you pushing. It has. It's hard to even express how powerful it is. It burns fuel at 12 tons a second. It pushes you through the speed of sound in 45 seconds, straight up. It's like if we launched that building, and in 45 seconds, it was going the speed of sound, straight up. The space shuttle had 80 million horsepower. You know, a Jaguar has 500 horsepower. 80 million horsepower. And you feel it. You are being bodily forced up to space. Those big white solid rockets here, these big white solid rockets, they're incredibly powerful, but they burn really rough. They're just a big tube of explosive is all they are.